All right, welcome back to Scott on the Rocks, where we make signature themed and classy cocktails all year long for all your party needs. This is a really fun one. I love making this one, and it's definitely one that will get you messed up for the night. So drink responsibly, don't overdo it on these, but this is called the Puget Sound Punch. If you've ever had a fishbowl at like a New Year's Eve party or a kind of a bar that's more fun and active as opposed to like the classy or quiet cocktail bars, this is something that they'll serve often, and it's super fun. Usually they'll just make this and throw in a bunch of like Swedish Fish candy, but we're gonna do it a little classier. We're gonna actually make it look like an aquarium. So here's how I do it, and feel free to get creative. I like to use a stemless wine glass because this kind of looks like a fishbowl. So we're gonna take that, and like any aquarium, what's the bottom of your aquarium look like, right? You've got your rocks, so we're gonna use Nerds Candies. Again, like I said, this is a drink that it'll get you from point A to point B real quick with all the sugar and all the alcohol. So that's pretty good. You don't want a lot. You just want like a thin layer at the bottom because that's gonna be your aquarium rocks, all right? Then on top of that, we're gonna go ahead and set in our ice. Actually, let's hold off on the ice because I don't want that to melt all over the place. All right, let's make our drink. Super simple, equal parts. You've got peach schnapps, peach flavored, really good addition. If you're gonna take shots and people are like, let's take a vodka shot, that's fine, you can do that. Add a splash of this and it makes that shot so much more delicious. So we got 1 ounce of that, and we got 1 ounce here of vodka. Again, like this drink is sugary, so don't waste your Grey Goose on this. Not to say that Smirnoff is bad, but Smirnoff is much more affordable than Grey Goose. So if you're making these sugary drinks, go ahead and use Smirnoff. Then we've got coconut rum. So we have peach schnapps, Smirnoff vodka. You can use any vodka. Coconut rum, the most common one you're gonna see is probably Malibu. That's probably the most common coconut rum. But I find this brand Kingston to be really good and a little bit smoother than coconut rum, and it feels a little less sugary. I don't know if any of that's true, but when I drink it, I think it stands out a little bit more than Malibu, so I use that. And it's a little bit cheaper actually than Malibu, so I'm a big fan of Kingston. Go ahead and throw in 1 ounce of that. Last but not least, I feel like it's only getting worse. Like we did schnapps, vodka, rum. Last but not least, and you do have to use this one, UV Blue. It's blue raspberry vodka. I don't know why it's blue. Raspberries aren't blue, but it's blue raspberry vodka. The nice way of saying it is a value spirit. That means it's cheap and it's got a lot of flavors in there, but it actually does add, like I've made this drink without this. I've made it with blue curacao instead to give it the blue flavor. This is what does the trick. You need this in this drink. So we've done equal parts and we're gonna keep that up. Equal parts, we're adding in 1 ounce of UV Blue. Oh, I have just enough. You can tell I've been making this drink for lots of friends. All right, so we've got our alcohols in here. Last thing we're adding in is just sweet and sour. You can make this on your own. It's really easy. It's just equal parts lemon and lime. But I find that it's just a little easier to buy the bottle, keep it in the fridge, and just use it when you need it. That way you don't have to waste. Because if you fresh squeeze lemon and lime, put it in a jar, that's gonna go bad in a couple weeks. This has got preservatives in it, so it's gonna last you a little bit longer. It's probably not as healthy as fresh squeezed, but ain't nobody got time for that. All right, 1 ounce. Ooh, that was a quick pour. 1 ounce of sweet and sour. All right, now we have our ingredients in. Here we go. Add your ice. Yeah, add your ice to your mixer here. Just about a cup. Give that a shake. Again, you're not impressing. This is not like the world's classiest cocktail. You are mixing in a ton of sugar and flavors. It ends up tasting amazing. Like this drink is weirdly good for the ingredients you're putting in, but you're not fooling anyone. This is not a high-end classy cocktail, so just give this like a 20-second shake. This is an arm workout, shaking. Like, I don't go to the gym anymore because I make cocktails. This is my workout. Okay, so you got your drink. Fun fact about shaking alcohol, what you're doing is you're technically bruising the alcohol. What that means is that, each of these drinks have notes to them, like herbal notes. Like if you think of a gin has like juniper and coriander and a cucumber if you're into Hendrix. Each of these have notes to them, but the notes are layered. And so when you shake it over ice, you're blending those notes up, and that's called bruising or agitating the alcohol. it doesn't really make a difference for this. I mean, you could make this drink stirred and not shaken. Again, like I said, this is not the classiest cocktail made. So just go ahead and do what do what you've got time for. So we just took our glass with our nerds in it and we threw in some ice. And then what I like to do is I like to come back over that with a little bit of Swedish Fish. And we're just gonna place a few in there, just like you would see in an aquarium. That looks kind of fun. You know, throw like 3 or 4 in there. You can always put more on the top. All right, so we've got our Swedish Fish. We've got our nerd base. And we're just gonna set that right over the top, nice and slowly. That looks kind of fun. That looks like a drink that's gonna get you to the finish line. If you've got a long night ahead of you, I don't think you should start with this one, because you start with this one, you might be calling it a night early. And there you have it. That right there is the Puget Sound Punch. I'll put that up there for you. Otherwise known as a fishbowl. That's the traditional recipe for a fishbowl. But I call it the Puget Sound Punch because here at Scott on the Rocks, we're based in Seattle. Drink responsibly, enjoy this one, make a couple, but heads up, it's gonna get you there. And check us out. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and follow us on YouTube. Check us out at scottontherocks.com. And have a good night, everyone.